World War I, the war to end all wars, millions of lives changed forever. But what really led to one of the deadliest conflicts in history? Stick around, because in just 7 minutes we're uncovering the jaw-dropping twists, secret alliances, and catastrophic decisions that plunged the world into chaos. It's 1914. Europe is a powder keg, and the spark? An assassination in the Balkans. The heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, is assassinated in Sarajevo. A seemingly small incident, but it triggers an unstoppable chain reaction. Austria-Hungary blames Serbia, and within weeks alliances start snapping into action. This wasn't just Austria and Serbia anymore. You see, Europe was tangled in a web of alliances. Germany locked in with Austria-Hungary, Russia bound to defend Serbia, France and the UK watching, waiting. In the blink of an eye, Europe is at war. What happened next? A horror the world had never seen. Armies dig in on the Western Front. They live, fight, and die in trenches stretched over 400 miles. They endure endless artillery, machine guns, and poison gas. These trenches, they weren't just defenses, they were mass graves. And the weapons? Unlike anything anyone had faced before. Chemical weapons filled the air with lethal gases. Tanks rumbled onto the battlefield for the first time. Airplanes, machine guns, flamethrowers. Technology made this war inescapably brutal. The world was witnessing warfare's transformation, and it was horrifying. But this wasn't just Europe's war. It drew in colonies, allies, and nations across the globe. British and French colonies sent troops, supplies, and resources. The Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers. Japan, Brazil, and even China contributed troops. The war became a global catastrophe. 1917. A year that would change the course of history forever. After 3 years of unimaginable loss and devastation, a new player joins the fight, the United States of America. The world watches as American soldiers board ships, ready to face the horrors of war. The sinking of the Lusitania, a passenger ship by German U-boats, and the relentless unrestricted submarine warfare, along with the infamous Zimmerman telegram, which promised Mexico U.S. territories if it joined Germany. These events pushed America to declare war on the Central Powers. President Woodrow Wilson addressed Congress, marking a pivotal moment in the war. With fresh troops, advanced resources, and renewed hope, the Allies began to gain momentum. The arrival of American forces in France was a turning point, boosting the morale of the weary Allied soldiers and changing the dynamics of the battlefield. By 1918, Germany's resources are depleted and the Central Powers are crumbling. The relentless battles have drained their strength, leaving soldiers exhausted and the nation on the brink of collapse. The once formidable military machine is now a shadow of its former self. On November 11th at 11 a.m., an armistice is signed, ending the fighting. The world breathes a collective sigh of relief as the guns fall silent. Celebrations erupt across nations, marking the end of a conflict that claimed millions of lives. But the real shock was yet to come. The war may have ended, but the scars it left behind were deep and painful. Cities lay in ruins, economies were shattered, and countless families mourned their lost loved ones. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles would impose crushing reparations on Germany, sowing seeds of resentment. The harsh terms demanded by the Allies crippled the German economy and humiliated its people, creating a fertile ground for future conflict. Seeds that would eventually grow into the Second World War. The treaty's legacy of bitterness and economic hardship paved the way for the rise of extremist ideologies, leading to another devastating global conflict just 2 decades later. World War I left 16 million dead, a staggering number that echoes through history. It scarred a generation, leaving behind a world forever altered. The war reshaped borders, overthrew empires, and introduced new forms of warfare that changed the face of combat forever. But why do we remember this conflict so vividly? Because this war wasn't just about generals or battles, it was about the human experience. It was about ordinary people, whose lives were upended, families torn apart, and communities forever changed. It was about nations transformed by the immense cost of war. A century later, the echoes of World War I still resonate. We see its legacy in the way nations interact, in the memorials that stand as silent witnesses to the past, and in the lessons we continue to learn from its history. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. We hope this exploration has deepened your understanding of the Great War and its lasting impact. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want more mind-blowing insights into the events that shaped our world. This is FactQuest, where every fact is a journey, and every journey brings us closer to understanding our past.